Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for one hell of a Friday. Today, I wanted to jump into a couple videos, which I will be honest, I have already seen because they were released at Level Up Expo at the panels there, and I was in the audience for said panels. However, you know, taking it in that format with so many other people raging and screaming and all that, you can't always hear everything, and it's not like I can stop and pause and take a look at the background elements or, you know, have a lot of time to really process a lot of what I was seeing. So outside of the initial viewing in the auditorium, I have not seen these since. So I wanted to go back through them, kind of experience them again with fresh eyes and just collectively by myself, and just to kind of give myself a little bit of moment to process a lot of the things that I was seeing, because oh my lord, it was intense. I will admit though, the first short that we got, which is another revelation, the announcements of these Helluva Boss shorts that are going to be coming out between episodes to expand on characters that maybe there's not like the time to give them a full episode devoted to them. So instead we're getting these shorts where we can just kind of hang out. Another team's working on them so they can animate them in between all these other things and give us these little bite-sized morsels that kind of build out these side characters, the world a little bit more. And I'm super excited for that. And then obviously there was the trailer for season 2, which again, I know I don't have my videos out yet for episodes 6 and 7. I'm debating about whether or not I just want to do a double drop for those, considering we know the new episode is sometime in the near future, and I'm hedging my bets that it's probably going to drop in and around the actual full moon this month. Because if I did just release, you know, weekly like I have been, you know, and that is the case, we'll be fine. But that's also a gamble that I'm taking. So I may just release the last 2 episodes next week. Hell, unless the episode comes out before then, and then I'll just shotgun you guys with my emotional ass response to these last couple of episodes. But before we get into this too, I want to talk about the expo itself. It was so fantastic getting to meet all the creatives behind the show, getting to meet Viv and ask her some questions, and hell, realizing that Alex Brightman actually has watched the channel. He knew who I was before I introduced myself at the table, which still to this moment has blown my mind. Also just meeting a lot of you guys. There's a lot of people that watch the channel that I got to meet there, which was fantastic, as well as just a lot of new people that I got to just interact with. I wasn't out there just, you know, throwing it out there that I did like YouTube reactions or anything like that, but just like kind of covertly navigating the sphere just as a fan. You know, it was so much fun. You know, I met a lot of people within the artist community, a lot of people that actually work on the show, a lot of the artists that work on the animation and cleanup. It was just a damn good time. And if I did interact with you, or if you were there, check out my Instagram, because I took a lot of photos, a lot of great cosplays from, you know, things outside of the fandom, but a metric fuck ton of Helluva Boss and Has Been Hotel cosplays. So if I interacted with you at all, or maybe I took a picture, because there's a lot of people that I didn't get to their socials or tags or anything like that. So if you're watching this, if you're stumbling across this video, hit me up on my Instagram. There's a link down in the description, because I want to make sure that I'm tagging everybody, because I would really love to shine a light on all the amazing cosplays that I took pictures of throughout the trip. With all that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video all the same, and if you do, please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because I really hope you stick around, because episodes 6 and 7 get pretty intense for me, and I'm excited to dive into these new episodes when they kind of land, and we're all just on the same page, experience this all at the same time, as well as the new shorts that are going to be coming out right around the corner as well. There's so much stuff that we're going to get into, and I want to share it all with you guys. But with that all said, guys, let's get ready to jump into Helluva Shorts number 1, Hell's Bells. Here we go. Vraska Pride Tour poster. Hell yeah.
Mills, over here.
I love just how excited she got and just hugged the first person to come off of it. It just go, I think that's just a great example of the relationship, you know, or at least just how much she cares about her sister, man. Let's go.
Oh, get off of me!
No.
You finally made it out! After I asked you like a billion times.
Lucky for you, 1,000,000,001 was the sweet spot to visit this trash heap.
You ain't even been here.
Those fucking rich goobers from season 1, man. I that's one of the few things I did notice when I was watching it at the convention was I saw those guys up in the top right. Injured? Good. I wonder if we'll get like a short on those guys, what they've been up to, like what business they've kicked off with Wally and all that here, or whatever. Also, Impo lighters. Nice.
Here before. Come on. I got the whole day planned out.
Wow, the whole day. You ain't gotta run off with your princess to some Earth fella?
Nah, business has been slow lately. So,
I love that she calls
Damn, ain't I
Moxie
special?
her
When are we
princess.
starting?
we'll, start with the day spa and some shopping. No offense, Sal, but you smell like hog ass.
I do not. Prissiness probably fades regular. Oh, wait, no. Yep, you're right. That is definitely hog ass.
Come on, let's tear this town to shreds.
God, it's so adorable, man.
So y'all pay to soak in mud here?
Well, it's special mud. It's relaxing.
Is it though? Is it special mud or is it just mud? I love it, man. I'm from West Virginia, man, and while a small farm, like very small, I still grew up on one. I get it. Like I get this. There's so much about this. Like I just find so horribly relatable. Oh my lord. Let's get back into it.
How about this one?
Love it. Hold on, what was that? What was the sign? Wacky Wallard Wackford's Fun Time Emporium. It's definitely not gambling. Greed Theft Auto. Killing Cherubs. Chainsaw Mom. Hill Jam. No. I love how similar they are, man. It's just so fucking cute. Like, God, Rabid, Millie, Moxie the whole time. Like, we've talked about it a couple of times before, man. I love when they just go full on feral and just hiss at some fucker, dude. And just seeing them back to back have the same response to this creep just kind of coming up on them like this, it just warms my fucking heart, man. Hell yeah. Alpha bitch.
See? Best day ever, right? I told you you'd enjoy yourself.
Yeah. I guess this place ain't so bad.
Ain't so bad. It's awesome.
Uh-huh.
One day isn't even enough. There are so many more exciting things to show you.
Yeah, I mean, with so many exciting things here, it's no wonder you never make your way back home. Shit, that slipped out.
What?
You know, the Wrath Ring, all that dirt and rust and boring nothingness. Not much of a thriving club scene down there. Why visit that, right?
I was there at the last Harvest Moon Festival.
I mean, sure, for your fancy job. You showed up with that blue-blooded bird, your dick-swinging boss, and that cupcake husband of yours, and I don't know. I couldn't really see how I'd fit into this shiny new life you built.
Sal, I'm sorry. Things get real crazy and busy over here, and
You think things didn't get busier for me back home when you decided to scooch? I've basically been running the place solo. Honestly, Mills, today was great. Better than great. It reminded me of how we used to be like this damn
I
near
love
every
this
day before
shot.
we left. I hate to think that it'll be even longer before we see each other again.
yeah. too. There's always room in my life for my sister, Sallie May. I'm sorry I ain't been back home as much as I'd like. I'll try harder. But, you know, the boys are older now. Ma and Daddy got plenty of extra hands at the ranch. You could come visit more often, too.
Street goes both
I
ways.
think I'd like that.
No. Oh, I just noticed the clouds were in hearts too. Oh, what is that up there? It's like the Phantom of the Opera, cats, and I'm not exactly sure what that other one's meant to mirror in the background. Oh, and there's musical notes on the wallpaper. Oh. God damn it, man. I think it was awesome watching this in the crowd, and like even then I got emotional, man. Like I teared up, man, but like I'm like fucking, even like having watched that at least in some way, shape, or form once before, like it still hits so hard. Like like one of the main reasons I made this channel was because, me and my friends, who are basically my family, like we were inseparable for so long through high school, even college. And then once that all wrapped up, life happens, people get into relationships, they get married, have kids, they get work, they move away. It gets real hard to keep up sometimes. And as simple as it is to just text somebody or wait on a text, it's always like a struggle. And it's not even like you're even actively thinking about it. The monotony, the ins and outs of our days, sometimes so much time passes and we don't even realize or think about it until we finally meet up and you're just like, holy shit, it's been this long. And one of the main reasons I even started this channel to begin with was because the time we spent together, time we got to talk was so scarce that I didn't have anybody to talk about with the stuff that I watched, the shows, the movies, the games, or anything like that. And I was like, man, I need to talk to somebody about this. I needed an outlet. So that's what started this channel, was that need, that desire to have that connection still in some way. My family, it's not like all of us live that far away. My best friend lives 2 towns over. My brother lives 2 towns over. My parents still live 2 towns over. But we still, shit keeps us apart. And it's just like the realization of that is like, I could easily, like, if I'm not thinking about it, or if I was thinking about it rather, I could just make a trip over and just see everybody. But like the exhaustion of the day to day, the social toll that life kind of takes between my day job and this, just like the social energy meter that I have is almost always depleted. It goes to the same way. Like they're always in their other stuff. They got stuff going on as well. And it's just like, as much as we would love to connect, things just don't always cross those paths unless we make a conscious effort to. And I've been trying to do better about that. I've been reaching out to people more. I've been going to my parents more. I've been hanging out with my brother more. I've been trying to foster these relationships more and acknowledge my part of it as well. Because even like with my mental and social issues in general, a lot of the time it's very difficult for me to reach out. So I've been trying to be better about that, and I'm still not great about it, but it's getting better. And this episode just touched on so much of that. I just love how this episode really dives into something that's just really real like that, and just kind of shines a light on both aspects of it, with the home life that they had, working on the farm and all of that, and, falling in love with Moxie, going out to the big city, and, life, work, love, all these things that you have to acknowledge, take care of, foster, build, grow, and kind of get lost in. It's easy to forget to go back home and say hi to the people you left behind, regardless of how complicated your feelings might be, because clearly she left for reasons, and she's got personal opinions from the way she reacts and talks about working with the family and back on the farm and all that. It doesn't seem like they're very pleasant feelings, and she wanted to get away. She does miss her sister. She does miss her family. It's just whenever you're swept up in life, it's so easy to just let things slip. But then you have from Sallie Mae's point of view, like from her perspective, her sister just kind of up and left her here. You know, on top of leaving, that work that once was Millie's is also now hers. It's not like there's an additional person to fill that slot. That just all falls onto her as well. But like she points out, enough time has passed that the other kids could probably pull their weight a little bit more and allow Sallie a little more freedom. So maybe that was true for a time when Millie did initially leave, but at least in the moment, a lot of that could probably be past. It's excuses from the past that are kind of building up in their mind from this perception that is causing them to give them an out in a little bit of way and allow them the ability to be angry that they are missing their sister. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt like that in certain situations, like when a buddy of mine would get into a relationship, or hell, one of them got married, and I was like, damn, well, now there's no time to hang out anymore, blah, blah, blah. You could get caught in some selfish moments like that, and you don't even realize it. But the reality of the situation is that life is just going to get in the way sometimes, but you have to acknowledge that, compromise with that, and both sides need to make a conscious effort to make that relationship continue to work. It can't be a one-way street. It can't be one person reaching out or one person waiting for another person to reach out. You both have to put in an effort, and I like that this is kind of the message of this episode as well, or at least one of the ones you can read into it. It's not even 6 minutes. And we go through all these different rushes, just like as if it was a full-fledged episode. It was just, it's so well written and well put together that even with minimal words, it gets across what it needs to. And just like a normal episode, takes us through the swings, the gags, the fun, and then it just gut punches you right in the feels. But then it brings you back again with them coming together and just kind of getting into a little scrap at the end. You know, and that's another thing that I touch upon as well. You know, even coming from like, you know, a more rural setting myself, you know, it's something we always did. Me and my brother roughhoused a lot. A lot of it was a little more contentious than it was playful until we got older. You know, we wrestled, we got in fights. I sent him to the hospital a couple of times, and ditto. You know, roughhousing was our language, man. And I like seeing that here because that's how they bond. I saw a fun little theory that I saw after the fact about, you know, Sallie Mae's scar. If we see how they roughhouse here, maybe that came from Millie. I like how it shows just the kind of relationship that Millie and Moxie have, because he let her have this time. He's not trying to hoard all of her time, you know, that she has a life and a family outside of him, and he allows her that freedom, and he's not trying to force himself into it. That solemn coming in silently, smiling, seeing that they're together, they're having a good time. He's not going to break that up, and he goes back to just kind of do his own thing. I saw that there were some people, I didn't dive into the threads about it or anything, or the conversations about it at all, but I did see, or at least hear from some people, that people thought that was a bad sign, that was a red flag for Moxie to do that. And I wholly don't understand that point of view personally. I love this episode, and I can't wait to see what all we get going forward with a lot of these, because I think it's going to be a fun thing to explore, flesh out some characters that we don't usually get to spend some time with in the main episode. So lots of promise here, lots of promise. So that said, let's check out the trailer for season 2.
Come out! We've got you surrounded! Where are we going? Anywhere but here. Get ready for a life on the run, gang.
I fucking hate you so much, Blitz. Business has actually hit a peak, and it would be disastrous to lose what we worked for now.
So why would a bunch of angels be looking for demons?
We lay in wait for them
Let's
to return
go.
to Earth, so we might smite them once and for all. We could use someone with more experience.
I am glad to see you folks. We've been having more disturbances.
John Waters.
Killing my guests.
He was just in the latest episode of Chucky.
Prepare to get sucked off to the astral plane, bitch!
Damn it, Blitz, they aren't ghosts. These are just shriveled humans. No offense.
Where is Stolas anyway?
Hell
We need to
yes.
summon him at once.
Okay, Vasago.
This transactional thing we have, it's not right anymore. It hasn't been.
I just want someone to care. I want someone to want me. You fucks think you can do this every time. Like you can just play with our feelings because we're smaller and not as important.
You are a disgrace. A bit out of your depth, aren't you, little ones?
You are so
God, that
Everyone's
fucking
shitty.
guest cast,
Hell,
man.
women, hell.
You always take from those around you and leave them worse and more broken than you found them.
Do you feel any kind of remorse for what you do?
You never loved Mama, and you don't love me. You love him.
I destroy everything. I make everyone's lives worse.
I don't want to be this way. Not forever. Thank you, Blitz, for making me so happy, even if only for a little while.
Fuck, man. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Jesus, man, I can't wait for this, but also I am at the same time dreading it because I feel so nervous about how things are going to go. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time dissecting the trailer because I feel like the way that it was edited is very misleading. You know, there's a lot of different ways you could twist and turn a lot of the narratives and the way that they layered a lot of the different audio tracks with what we were actually seeing, because I feel like a majority of the trailer, we're hearing audio that is not related to the scene we are actually seeing. I feel like a lot of this is very manipulative to kind of keep us on our toes, keep us guessing, and also keep us emotionally distraught as we are worried about what the hell is going to go on between Blitz and Stolas as we build up to this meet. I'm sweating worrying about these two, but there's a lot of moments in the trailer that give me hope. There's a lot of things that give me pause. There's a lot of fun things all throughout that I'm really excited for. We got Dork teaming up with Cherub, which, you know, just a couple episodes ago, we had Crimson and Stryker teaming up, and I was talking about all these villains we had sweeping around in the wind. And what if we build up eventually with those two, and those two, and those two, we eventually have all these people coming together, and then we have like this hell of a Sinister Six that is trying to take down Imp by the end of it. It would be kind of crazy if we built up to something like that with this union of the sins of the Goetia all being wrapped in and pulled into this situation between all of these shenanigans that are going on. I'm so excited to see what they do with this, man, because we're going to be seeing a lot of new faces. We're going to get a lot of new tidbits of information. We're just going to get to play with a whole lot of new stuff, and we're going to the Pride Ring, which makes me wonder if we're going to get a Lucifer cameo, especially considering we're getting Sinsmus, and he is one of the Sins, and if they're all going to be there, it would be interesting if he was as well, especially the decorum in which they are meeting in has a lot of that snake and apple themes in the decorum, so I would love it if that's like they're holding this whole ordeal, maybe like in his palace or something of the sort. I don't know, man. There's a lot of fun stuff to read into, but again, like I said, I don't want to get too attached to any one thought because I feel like the trailer is really doing its job at teasing us with what is to come. But that all said, I would love to hear what you guys think. I would love to hear your all's theories because you're going to be a lot more well-versed in this than I am up until this point, but I'm excited to hear what you guys think, so sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because not only will we be reacting to the last half of this season, we will also be checking out the shorts that are released along the way, and I am excited to be able to share all of that with you guys. But before you go, I want to shout out our channel legends. Manny Sherritt, Ryan Karen, York Coruscant, Melita, Rubber, Ongmionu, Jeffrey Hale, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crockett, Justice Smith, Amy Becca, Brendan Boyd. Thank you guys so much for continued support. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.